Okay, so we are going to get some glue and get some gesso. So I need to come back out a bit more. And let me get my palette knife. As you can see, this is very impromptu. I hadn't decided that I was going to do this bit, but I think it's worthwhile doing. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll just do it on some white paper. This is, I guess this is about 120, 120. Yeah, it's thicker than, it's not as thick as card. It's like drawing paper. It's drawing paper. And I don't need this much, so I'm going to fold it in half again. Thank you for sticking to this particular point. If you've got this far, you're going to be in for a little treat at the end where I will create an image out of some of the papers that I've experimented on. Okay, what have we got here? So we're going to use this side. This has just got a simple little pencil drawing. Again, I'm just playing, so I don't worry about it. Often but what I find often, it's those times where you decide to play, where you get a really good effect. Okay, so I just need a little container. Now all this has had is gesso in it, so we're just going to put a little bit of the dust and we're just going to see what we can come up with. So I've just put a little bit in. Don't need that much, I don't think. Again, because it's the pastels, yeah? So then I'm going to get me some gesso and let's see what happens. So I'm just going to mix it up. Already I've realised I don't like mixing it in here because it's made of paper, it's just sticking to the edges. Okay, I'm just going to put it down on the paper. Yeah? So, with the with the pastels, it takes a while to mix up. Yeah? So, if you're just doing it on a surface, like a flat surface, I usually use plastic. Don't know why I use that. Anyway, so you'd have to mix it up a little bit.
I use some of this as a headband.
See what happens. I'm working in the studio.
You paused it first?
No, I haven't paused it.
I saw you pause it.
No, I didn't. There we go. So, as I said, you get a muddy finish, but if you want to do something in your art journal and you wanted to, you know, use the pastels, but not in the way that you would use pastels, like I don't use pastels in my art journals. I just, well, I haven't done, but this would be a way, because, as I say, once it dries, it doesn't lift up, like you don't have to fix that. Yeah, so this is with the gesso, and I'm going to do it on the other piece of paper. Okay, this. going to use that side. Don't look at that. And again, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the page. I would normally have a little plastic palette, but as I say, this is like an impromptu. Oh, you know what this has got in it? When I was doing some of the hard bits, some of the bits that broke off from the pastel is in there as well. That's why it's a bit kind of... Okay, so with the glue, should we come in? Yeah? When you're using the glue, it mixes better. Ooh. So there was a green that broke off there. Again, I wouldn't necessarily use the glue in this way. I think I prefer it with the gesso, but at least you know, with the glue, when you're using the PVA glue, it goes on a lot smoother. Yeah? So that's really all I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that if you're using the pastels, and especially the soft ones, and you get a lot of dust from that, you can still use it. Like, you don't have to... There's a lot that goes to waste if you just throw it away. If you decide to do something in your art journal, because these then would just become art journal pages. Or I can decide to create on them, and all I would do is cut that off. Okay, and we'll let those dry. But as I say, I've got one here, and what I'm going to do is just something really quick on them. So if you've got, as I say, if you've got this far, then you're in for a treat. Well, I'll say it's a treat. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these samples that I had used, and I'm going to create for you an image on one of them. Okay, so we'll take this one. Okay, so the way I would normally create my images is I see what comes up, basically. I've added pastels to the paper. I'm going to be using the Rembrandt, my go-to pastels now, until I can try some others. If there are others that you'd like me to try, and you want to send me some pastels that I haven't tried on the channel, then get in contact with me. If you'd like me to review pastels, then the pastels that you've got, then I can do that as well. Okay, and I will be doing a more in-depth review of these pastels individually. I just wanted to show you them all together and show you me playing with the other supplies. Okay, so There you have it. So I've incorporated all 5 of the pastels that I've got, with the lower half, the lower one being the Royal Langnickel, the one that kind of, it smooths and it doesn't work well with other pastels. And the only other pastel I find I can use on top is the black, or maybe the white. Let me have a look. Yeah. And so from the sample paper with all the colours on, just created an image. And I find that this is the way I would work with most supplies, acrylics and oils. And I'd have to at one point show you my oils, but that's for another, I'll get through the working with pastels. But yeah, I really like using all of the pastels, and as I say, you find one that you work better with and you use that one. And you know, but experiment, don't limit yourself. And I would not necessarily use all the pastels all at once like that. I might use 1 or 2, but it's nice kind of laying down, just playing, so laying down the colour and then creating an image from that. And I hope I practically showed you. The only thing I didn't do is use the brush, because as I say, I don't use the brush as much anymore to lift up colour. So that's how I would use it if I was going to do that. So this is the soft side, the less textured side of the paper that I started out by showing you. So yeah, so that's it. So go and play. Hopefully you have decided you're going to play as well. And what else was I going to do here? Just the glint in her eye. There. Dust it off, and there you have it. So yeah, I hope you've seen all the different pastels and some of the tools that I use, even playing, because now, okay, should I? Okay, one more. This is how I work. Okay, I'm going to show you this one. What would I do with this? So it's had gesso on it, but what I would do, because of the colour doesn't is, you know, there's no problem with the colour, because if you were using a plain if you were using a dark coloured paper, just like I'd use the black, it gives you a lot of colour to work with. So you've got, you know, you're not having to fill up a page. So, okay, let's begin. So again, I'm just doing a face. Just a quick sketch. Again, this is, you know, this is really useful to be able to do quick sketches and still create the kind of, you know, imagery Let me use the charcoal. So remember, we're working on top of gesso, so we've got the pastel and then we've got the gesso. So with the charcoal, I find that it's very light, so you still end up, I still end up kind of going over the black with black, but you know, obviously you're going to incorporate all of this into the shadows, you know, shading and everything. So again, just play with colour. And see where you go. There's no hard and fast. So I use all colours. You know, I do like creating my own faces, and whilst I like them kind of, you know, in proportion. It's about colour and shading, and if I want somebody with pink hair or green hair, you know, I'll do them with green hair. The colours help express the mood, and we know that there's, depending on what we wear, you can see different colours come out in our faces. using the pastels, using the pastel dust in this way. This is the first picture I've done. Look, you are very lucky to have witnessed this. This is the first image I've done. The first practice I did was just this, and it was just like, oh my gosh, look at the surface. So this is the first image I've done using the dust pastel as a and she's feeling like she's saying, look, you know, that's enough now. I just want to enjoy myself. So what I'm going to do, young lady, is just, this is what I'm feeling on your earrings. Okay, so you've got the green, but you've got the blue as well, and the red. So there you have it. That is the page with the gesso and the dusty pastel. The pastel shavings. They're not shavings. The pastel dust. We'll just call it pastel dust because that's what it is. And I'm just going to leave her there. Okay, you could go on a bit more. You could, what I sometimes also add is patterns on her jewellery or on her face. But she's not going to have that now. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. So I hope that it's not been too long and that you've enjoyed that and you'll go out and play and practice. Yeah, so take care for now and check back because, as I said, I will be doing some reviews on and this is going to be something that I'm going to be doing on a more regular basis. I'm a mixed media artist, so I'll still be doing the sculptures, I'll still be doing all of the other lovely yummy stuff and showing you that, but this is the thing that's kind of connecting with me at the moment and I really enjoy it, so you know, just go with the flow. So thank you for watching, please do subscribe to the channel and I will see you in another video. Take care for now. Oh, and I'll leave all the links to the pastels that I'm using in the description below.